So Disney World down in Florida and Disneyland / California Adventure here in California are doing another 24-hour all-nighter event at their parks. This year it's going to be May 23rd at 6 a.m. through May 24th at 6 a.m. and it's called the Rock Your Disney Side event. Only Magic Kingdom at Disney World will be participating, but here at Disneyland and the park, like right across the entryway, California Adventure will both be doing the 24-hour thing. They're encouraging people to come dressed as their favorite Disney villain or hero, and of course I'm going to be coming in not really costume, but maybe costume-esque. This obviously won't be my first time spending 24 hours in a Disney park, and it's honestly not as easy as it may seem. There's several different factors you have to think about when deciding to spend your full 24 hours at a Disney park. And one of the key things that I think people don't think about is comfort. You've really got to take into consideration how comfortable you're going to be wearing the same thing for 24 hours. I don't know of any costume that I have that would be comfortable for 24 hours. So that brings me to one of my first tips when preparing to spend your 24 hours at a Disney park. When you're planning on what to bring, of course you've got to think about the weather. Check the weather, what it's going to be like during the day and at night. The first time I went, I didn't do that and I dressed for hot weather. I didn't realize how freezing it was going to get at night. I didn't bring a thick enough jacket. I think all I had was like a sweatshirt pullover and shorts and knee socks. I ended up trying to pull my knee socks as far up my legs as possible to make them double as pants. So make sure you wear very comfortable clothing and bring both clothing for hot days, rainy days, and possibly really kind of cold at night. Since I learned my lesson last year, freezing my ass off, I'm going to be wearing my Darth Vader onesie. I think onesies are probably the best idea because they're just like an outfit in one. And I'll be able to pull it over my clothes that I'm already wearing so I don't have to worry about going to my locker and going to a bathroom, then changing my clothes, then putting my clothes back in the locker. All I'll have to do is carry my onesie in my backpack, and then when it gets cold, pull it out, on, done. You'll see most everyone's going to be in onesies or pajamas of some sorts at the 24-hour event because we all just want to be comfortable. We all just want to be warm and comfortable and walk around the Disney parks, and we're gonna look ridiculous, but that's part of the fun. Another thing I think a lot of people don't think about is, again, it's gonna be 24 hours, so bring stuff that you need within 24 hours at your own home. For me, travel toothbrush and toothpaste. Sometimes if I'm feeling sleepy or I'm just like, oh, I'm over this, all I have to do is go freshen myself up, maybe put some powder on my face, brush my hair and brush my teeth, and I am like fully re-energized. Also, I totally recommend bringing like an external phone charger and an extra charge cable for your phone. There are outlets at Disneyland, at all the Disney parks, but during the 24-hour event, they're gonna be very hard to find without a huge huddle of people sitting around them waiting for their turn. So just go ahead and bring an extra battery of your own. Which goes into my next tip, is get there at 6 a.m. Get there as soon as you can, because the traffic of people trying to get in to the 24-hour thing is just going to get longer and longer and longer throughout the day. I think the first time they did it, it was like a 2-hour wait just to get into the entrance of the parking. So get there as soon as you can in the morning. Also, you want to get there as soon as you can because you'll get better parking just in case you have to go to your car for anything, but don't ever think or count on going back to your car. I'll get on that in a moment. But also lockers. You're gonna be bringing all this extra stuff with you. You've got to get a premium locker first thing in the morning because they will be gone within the first maybe hour or two. But also for people going to Disneyland, there's 2 parks that you can go to. Make sure you get a locker in the park that you think you're gonna spend the most time in, because you're not gonna be able to do a lot of park hopping in the middle of the day. So make sure you plan out which locker you're going to get according to that. And of course there are lockers outside of the parks in between both of them over by guest services you can always use as well. Another really important thing I don't think a lot of people think about is scoping out sleeping locations. You will get tired. You will get very tired. And sometimes maybe just like a 30-minute to an hour nap is all you need to feel much better. So you're gonna wanna scope out some places that you can do that. Disney World, I would recommend Carousel of Progress if you don't mind the super cute music. Also, the Hall of Presidents. Also at Disney World and Magic Kingdom, people were sleeping in some of the cafes, like Cosmic Rays in Tomorrowland. I think people were sleeping on the ground there. If you don't mind sleeping on the ground either. I really don't care. When I'm tired, I'll sleep anywhere.
Sleep for a while and then come back in the morning.
In Disneyland, I definitely recommend the Abe Lincoln presentation, the Lincoln Theater, whatever goes on in there. I've personally never been because history bores me. And I'm at Disneyland, I don't want to go hear presidents talk to me. So I recommend the Lincoln Theater or that theater on Main Street as well where they show old Mickey and Disney cartoons. That's a good one. At California Adventure, I recommend the Animation Academy. That's where I slept last year. I did crash a little bit and needed some sleep so bad. I ended up curling up in a little ball by a trash can in a corner, and I slept there for a little while. It was really awesome as well because in the Animation Academy where I went to go sleep, you walked in and there were just bodies all over the floor. It looked like Disney had like gassed the place. And back onto the topic of why you need to plan your day and where you're going to get your lockers and why you do not need to count on going back to your car is because this is going to be the third year that they've done this. The first year was just Disneyland and Magic Kingdom. The second year was Magic Kingdom, Disneyland, and California Adventure, and so was this year, which is all of those 3 parks. In Magic Kingdom, you're really not going to have to worry about park hopping, but I still wouldn't recommend thinking of ever going back to your car or leaving. Both years, the parks had hit capacity for a little while, meaning if you had left, even if you'd been in the park all day, if you left, you couldn't get back in. You had to wait until it cleared out and emptied out a little bit. Jump around at the other parks all you want all morning, but I'd say afternoon, maybe, yeah, around 1 or 2 is when it starts to get really busy, and that's when you want to not be thinking about leaving to go to your car or going to a locker in a different park or park hopping. Because yeah, getting stuck out in that middle area and you're not at either park because it's too crowded and they won't let anybody in at that time would suck. So plan your day, your locker situation around that, and again, don't think you're going to go back to your car. The parks do get really busy in that middle chunk of the day, but they will clear out like greatly. After, I'd say around midnight, maybe 1 to 2 a.m., the parks will just empty, and they'll be empty until it's time to leave at 6 a.m. All the parks will have cool stuff you can buy that's gonna have like the date and the Rock Your Disney side stuff all over it. And of course, one of the other things you really need to think about when planning your 24-hour visit to Disney World or Disneyland is who to go with. Make sure you go with friends that love Disney, friends that won't need constant thrill rides. I love thrill rides, but Disney isn't about the adrenaline constantly. Disney's about the atmosphere. It's about everything that's going on around you. It's just kind of about soaking it all in, all the magic. So you want to go with friends that are sometimes cool with just kind of sitting around people watching, or sometimes cool with just walking around the park and not really needing to do a whole lot of rides at a lot of times. You're gonna have plenty of time to do everything 3 or 4 times that you want. Some of my friends are going to the 24-hour event in Disney World this year. I was with them at Disneyland last year and I'm really sad because I wish I could go too. But we're in a really good time this year. I can't wait. I will be taking as much video as I can to take you guys with me on my 24-hour trip to Disneyland. And remember, it's just all about having fun. So go there with your #1 expectation and your #1 desire is just to have fun, and you will have the best time ever. I'd recommend if any of you ever get a chance to do 24 hours at a Disney park, do it. It's so fun. There are times you're going to question yourself like, why the hell am I doing this? I just want to go home. I just want to sleep. Oh, this sucks. But muscle through those times because all the other times away from those are going to be some of your favorite memories. And it's just really cool to be able to say that you have spent 24 hours in a Disney park. If you are going to be there, let me know. We'll have to meet up. And as always, thanks for watching.